Uwe Rosenberg tile placement new game, Sagani. What is it about? Coming up.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. Today we are going to talk about Sagani, one of newest, if not it is the newest, Uwe Rosenberg's game. It is, we are going to talk about the overview of the game quickly and what we think of it.
Yes, so this is a tile drafting, tile placement puzzle sort of game. And we'll say it up front, it shares a lot in common with Rosenberg's successful game from the other year, Nova Luna, which was one of the Spiel des Jahres or Kenner Spiel des Jahres nominees. It was on the list, I recall that. So you'll certainly see the similarities here, and we're not going to try to hide those. So it's a very simple draft. There are 5 tiles. You pick one. It doesn't refill until there's 1 or 0 tiles left. You flip the tile and then you can rotate it in whatever configuration you wish, and you place a number of your coloured discs onto it, equal to the number of arrows on the tile. Then play will pass around, other people will take their tiles, and then when it comes back to you, you choose another and do the same thing. So you have to place it so that it is orthogonally adjacent to at least one you've already placed, and you just set it up in the same way, and then you look to see if you score any discs. So a disc moves onto an arrow if there is a tile of that color in that direction, and it doesn't matter how far away that tile is. So the next tile, if I grab this one, I could put a blue tile here, and that would score this particular one here. And then on a subsequent turn, let's say I got this white one, I'm just taking it from the deck for example purposes. I could then put that there. I would get to place 4 tiles here. This one is pointing at white, this one is pointing at white, this one is pointing at white, and so on. And the whole game is all about doing that. When there's only 1 tile left here, you can, this is a bad example, but when there's only 1 tile left here, you've got the choice of either taking it or flipping it up here at the top of the board and taking the one that's on top of the deck. Either way, you then refill the supply. When that's happened 4 times, there's a draft round of these. So it's just a little mechanic to give you some more flexibility.
Yep.
And ultimately, when you get to a position where all of the discs have gone in on a tile, so I'm just going to take a couple here to show it. When all the discs have covered their arrows, then they come back to your supply. You flip the tile over and you score the points shown on it, which is 1, 3, 6 or 10. And you keep going that way until someone gets to the endgame trigger, 45, 60 or 75.
Depending on the number of players.
Yes. Now, where this gets interesting from a planning perspective is your supply of discs is limited. And if you ever run out and you have to place discs, they have to come from the red supply. And when you take these, you lose 2 points. So there is a disincentive to just sprawling out discs everywhere. You've got to keep your inventory in check.
You've done very well in that one on our last game. Mine was like, oh no, I keep running out of discs. So what do you think, Tarrant?
I think, so what do I think? It is obviously very similar to Nova Luna. And so in terms of how you're building a spatial puzzle out of tiles that you've drafted. And the
draft is a little bit different. In Nova Luna, it's kind of like a time track. While this one, well, you have to manage your discs.
Yep. I do like that manage the disc element. I think it makes it a more challenging puzzle, which is good. And to be honest, I like the simplicity of the draft as well. I always found the time track in Nova Luna to be a little bit fiddly. So overall, when you compare the two, I do prefer this one. At the same time, as a style of game, a personal puzzle that you're completing at your own pace, very little interaction with other players. It's not my favourite style of game. So I think it comes with some nice benefits. I think it's a little more playable than Nova Luna.
So you enjoy this one a little bit better than Nova Luna?
I think so.
Right.
But, it's at the same time, it's not a game that thrills me greatly.
Yes. I just looking at this. This is actually when I first played this. It's like, wow, what is this? It's tricky. And then when I found out about Sagani, I'm like, that is quite similar. And they both are published by different companies. So I don't know. I just would imagine that Uwe Rosenberg pitched this idea to one company and then pitched similar-ish. Not really similar to another one. It does feel a little bit different though when you do it, and I do like the catch-up mechanics on here because whoever that was last in the score track will get the pick first and hopefully get used to it.
With full visibility of what the tiles are.
Yes.
Rather than taking a colour and hoping you get the arrows you want.
Exactly, yeah, that's a little bit special-ish for me. This is a little bit more special-ish than Nova Luna, I find.
Yeah.
Which I'm not really good at special rotation. So I feel Nova Luna is a little bit easier for me. I don't know which one I like better. I do like that bit, and I think the fact that your tile placement is limited by the amount of discs you have, I think that's pretty clever.
Yes, I do like that mechanic. I think it is clever as well.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Well, it is it's more of a solo kind of draft. The multiplayer interaction would be when you draft. But as Tarrant said, essentially it is kind of like more solo. So I think there's solo variants as well, and I can imagine this playing probably a good solo, but we can't really say much because we haven't played that. I don't know, what do you think? I know that you probably heard or played Nova Luna. Compared to this one, it is a similar game. Anything else, Tarrant?
No, I think that covers it for me. I don't know if a collection needs both games, but then again, they are a slightly different version of the puzzle. And if you do really love one, you'll probably love the other.
Yeah, and plus it plays quick, so it could be it doesn't take a lot to set up as well. So you can just in and out, a good filler. I think it still makes a good filler.
True.
Both of them are. So it depends kind of which one you like, if the taste of different things, you might want to get both. I don't know. Should you play? You decide for yourself. If you enjoy this video or find it useful, it will help us if you hit that like button and subscribe to us if you haven't already done so. Hit the Meeple in the corner and hit the bell so you get notification. I'm also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, especially Instagram. I post my board games journey there, and follow me there. We'll chat there. And hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.